Agriculture Minister Bill Byrne has quit Annastacia Palaszczuk's cabinet to battle a life-threatening illness. The move has prompted the opposition to again call on the Premier to name the election date.
The Premier today reopened a Wynnum Manly Health Centre.
What's your name?
But it was the well-being of her Agriculture Minister that's occupied Ms Palaszczuk in recent days.
It is of such a serious nature that he needs to undergo further tests.
It's understood Mr Byrne's health issues are heart-related. He told the Premier yesterday that he'd be resigning his ministry.
Now, Bill's a pretty calm man at times, but I have never seen such alarm and shock in his voice.
On behalf of the opposition, I do want to wish him the best and a speedy recovery.
But Mr Emerson then used the issue to score a political point.
Annastacia Palaszczuk should show some leadership and call the election date.
No, not at all.
As one of only 7 ALP MPs to survive Labor's 2012 election wipeout, Mr Byrne helped the party rebuild. He was rewarded with a seat at the cabinet table. Last year, though, he got into a bit of strife when it was revealed he'd used a rifle to shoot rats in the ceiling of his suburban home.
I want the Leader of the Opposition to feel the warmth of my embrace.
Ms Palaszczuk wouldn't say if Rockhampton Mayor Margaret Strelo was the best candidate to run in the central Queensland seat for Labor.
I'll spend the weekend thinking about that, as I'm sure a number of other people will.
I'm quite sure that there would be a couple of very strong candidates.
And Patrick, do you think this resignation will prompt the Premier to call the election?
Oh, it certainly could, Kay. Peter Beattie certainly used more spurious reasons to call a couple of early elections in his time as Premier. But, and there is always a but when it comes to politics, Parliament sits here again next week and the Premier has 20 pieces of legislation on the books that she wants to pass before going to the people. With that in mind, November 18 is firming as the probable date for the poll. But as I've said, with monotonous regularity over the last 6 months, the only person who knows when the election will be is Annastacia Palaszczuk, and she's not telling us at the moment.
Fair enough. Patrick Condren.